Good morning from Prudent Prosperity, Thursday, September the 25th. Here are 5 things you need to know today. Number 1. Stock futures are pointing a lower open for major indexes after 2 days of declines as investors prepare for the release of key economic data reports to finish off the week. Futures tied to the benchmark S&P 500 and the tech-heavy Nasdaq were recently down 0.4% and 0.6%, respectively, while Dow Jones Industrial Average futures slipped 0.2%. Gold futures edged higher to $3,785 an ounce to stay near record highs, while Bitcoin was at $111,500, little change from yesterday afternoon. The yield on the 10-year Treasury note, which affects mortgage rates and a variety of other consumer borrowing costs, edged higher to 4.16%. Number 2. Costco Wholesale will release its fiscal fourth quarter results after the closing bell today, with some analysts expecting volatility in the stock. The update comes after some investors were shaken in the spring by signs that sales growth had decelerated. The company has already reported that fourth quarter sales rose 8% compared with the year-ago quarter. Analysts tracked by Visible Alpha expect the retailer to report that profits grew to $2.6 million in the fourth quarter, up from $2.4 million a year ago. Costco shares, which have gained 3% since the start of the year, were slightly higher in pre-market trading. Number 3. Shares of Intel continued gaining ground this morning following a report the chipmaker is seeking an investment from Apple. Intel shares rose more than 6% on Wednesday after Bloomberg News reported on talks between the companies, which also centered on other ways that Apple could help the beleaguered chipmaker. The report comes after NVIDIA last week agreed to invest $5 billion in Intel as part of a deal that will see the two companies co-develop chips for data centers and PCs. Intel shares were up nearly 2% in recent pre-market trading. The stock has gained more than 50% year-to-date, but remain well off its historical highs. Apple shares were little changed ahead of the bell. In a social media post, CEO Paolo Ardoino said the funding would help scale by several orders of magnitude the firm's business lines, which also included AI, commodity trading, energy communications, and media. Number 4. Starbucks is laying off around 900 employees in its corporate offices and closing some stores as CEO Brian Niccol continues to implement his Back to Starbucks turnaround plan. Niccol said in an update Thursday that the total number of stores was expected to decline by about 1% in 2025 after the closures. He said that laid-off employees in corporate offices would receive severance packages, while employees at closed stores could also receive severance if they are not transferred to other nearby stores. The moves come as analysts have praised the coffee chain's efforts to revive sales amid sluggish customer traffic. Starbucks shares were flat in pre-market trading. Number 5. The number of Americans filing new applications for unemployment benefits fell last week, but the labor market has lost its luster amid an anemic pace of hiring. Initial claims for state unemployment benefits dropped 14,000 to a seasonally adjusted 218,000 for the week ended September 20th, the Labor Department said on Thursday. Economists polled by Reuters had forecast 235,000 claims for the latest week. The U.S. economy expanded at a surprising 3.8% from April through June. The government reported in a dramatic upgrade of its previous estimate of second quarter growth. U.S. gross domestic product, the nation's output of goods and services, rebounded in the spring from a 0.6% first quarter drop caused by fallout from President Donald Trump's trade wars, the Commerce Department said Thursday. The department had previously estimated second quarter growth at 3.3%. And that's it for today.
If any of today's insights sparked a question or made you think about your own financial journey, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Let's take your next step together, strategically and confidently. And always remember, stay prudent, stay prosperous, make it a great day.